Hey guys, this is ES49er. Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm sure you guys want to learn a little bit more about some mounts that I'm going to be talking about here today. I've actually combined two companies because I got kind of sick of having cell phone holders in my car, and you kind of got to have one now. You know, if you don't have one and you're texting away, that's kind of irresponsible too. You could always get busted by the cops. Three, you may not be able to see what's going on. You may look up too late and off you go hitting a car or at the worst case scenario, a person, and you definitely don't want that to happen, you know. So there's a lot of mounts out there that are meant to help us, but a lot of these mounts I found very cumbersome and very impractical, and I just don't like them. I don't like the way they look. I don't like what they do to my vehicle. There's some mounts out there that just, you know, they'll tie onto the flaps of your fence or other mounts that'll stick to your dash or to your mirror. And you know, other than being unsightly, they're just really not practical, and sometimes they can ruin your car. So I've kind of taken two companies and kind of mixed them together. I'm using a mount from one company, so I'm using a mount from Pro Clips. Now they make some mounts, you know, specifically for your vehicle. As you can see here, really nicely for this car. I myself have a Honda Civic 2015 Si and a 2012 BMW X3. I've had a Dodge a truck before, almost like a Jeep, and I've had another Civic before. So I've used this on those two cars, and I found them really useful. So I bought these for the two new cars that I have, and I'll show you what those look like. What I really like about these mounts is that they're not very invasive, right? They snap on or clip on to something that you already have, and very minimal adhesive on it. What I didn't like about this solution is the holder part. So there's two different parts. You can buy the mount separate. You can buy a holder for your phone, and I really kind of like the fact that, you know, the phone holder is specific to your phone. So it cradles it, it holds it correctly. But if you change phones, then you have problems, right? That's just a waste of another 30 bucks. So this together usually run you about 50 to 60 bucks. Each one will run you between 25 and 29 each. I usually now just buy the mount. As you can see down here, what I'll do is I'll go find that mount real quickly. You know, for my Honda Civic, let's say, I put it in here before, so it should come up. What am I driving? Real easy. Um, you know, and they've got kind of, you know, the newest cars on here as well. This is my 2015. I'll find matching mounts. As you can see, I've got a couple of different options. I went with the mount that's a center mount. This is an angle dash mount to the right of the radio. This center mount, as you can see here, is just going to go ahead and kind of clip on, not really clip on, but kind of spring out from the vent, so it doesn't actually touch these vent clips at all, which is what I really like. It goes to the outside of the vent frame and it pushes out. The X3 does the same thing, but it does inverted. It kind of squeezes in to part of the dash, and that's what happened to my Dodge as well, and I really like that fact. It does come with some small adhesive, so it's very minimal in the space that it uses on that, so you don't have to you know, stick anything on your dash. The other half of what I'm going to be talking about today is the Nato mounts. The Nato mounts came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and they're really nice because they're very strong. Um, if you have a metal case, or if you have a case over your phone, or if you don't have a case, you can stick these metal pieces on that really stick to this magnet very strongly. But what I don't like about NATO mounts is that they kind of want you to stick that mount onto a surface, right? So in your car, that surface is going to be your dash, and you don't want to ruin your dash. So what I've done is I've taken both of these products and I've kind of combined them into one, and I'm able to go ahead and use that very nicely. And they're very sturdy. It holds the phone on very well. I've gone over bumps and whatnot, and you know, that phone just has not come off. And I'll show you, you know, kind of what I'm talking about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on over to my desk here, and I'll show you what I've got. First is the Pro Clips. Now I've opened this beforehand to make it easier, but this is what you're going to get, and it takes about 3 or 4 days to get to you. This one cost me $29.99. This is for the Civic, and as we saw on the thing, it's just one piece, right? So as I take this out of the bag, I'm going to have that mount here, and as you can see, the mount is not spring loaded per se, but it is molded that way. So when it does attach, it's going to spring out and hold itself in place. It does come with some very small adhesive points there, and that's just to keep it from moving around once it's there. As you can see itself, the mount is pre-drilled, and the reason it's pre-drilled is if you want to have any other phone holder in there or the ones that they sell to go ahead and screw on there. In our case, we're not even going to need that, right? All we need to do is have a clean surface. It does come with your instructions, and it does come with a tool to help you if you need to in certain holder models, you know, for certain cars. It's going to allow you to go ahead and open those gaps up. Like on my Dodge, I had to open one gap up so I could slip this in there and snap it into place, right? So they do give you that phone holder tool, which is pretty cool. Um, for the NATO mounts takes about, you know, about 3 to 4 days to get there as well. Now these have a little bit different cost. One mount is $19.99. If you buy two, they're $14.99 each. If you buy three, the price goes down. By four, by by five, by 10 in a pack, the price goes down dramatically for each one. But it's a nice product that I found. When you do get the box, you're going to open the box, and what you got inside, you got a few things, right? You've got cards and instructions telling you all about NATO Mount. What do you get with it? Well, we've got a couple of bags here. One of the bags is going to have your adhesives, right? So you have a backup adhesive, 3M. That's what I really like about this. I haven't had a problem in the year that I had my Dodge and my other Honda. Never had a problem. I live in Texas. So those suction cups holders that we saw, right? Those in the middle of the summer would just pop off my window, and I hated it. And even when I lived in Ireland, they would pop off when the sun came out. This 3M adhesive is really good. On my Dodge, I had it in the sun, parked it outside all day, never had a problem with it. So yeah, the adhesive real good. Now this is a backup adhesive, and I'll show you why it's a backup in a minute. So we'll put that over. You do have your cleaning wipes, and this is so you can clean off the location where you're going to stick it. Now, obviously, you don't want to stick it on your dash, so what you're going to do is you're going to clean the location on this holder. If you do the same thing I do anyway, or if you get the idea. If not, you know, just clean off your dash wherever you decide you're going to stick it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to see these two parts here that come with it. Now, one is the actual mount, right? And the other one is the holder, the magnetic holder. So all you got to do is loosen that up, pop it in there, tighten up the end. What this is for, it may be, you know, it may look unuseful, but what it's for is so once you do have it on there, you're able to tilt this any way you want to be able to have that angle of view on that phone. And a lot of other companies don't have that ability, right? This one comes with a 3M already on it, so that's why I say this is a backup in case you have to take it off and replace it or remove it after a year. You know, maybe you change cars or something. You want to take it off that mount, put it on another mount. You know, at least comes with another one that you can use. And they're pretty strong. You know, here I've got an S8. There you go. And that's because I have an S8 with a very thin case. Here is that same piece of steel. That piece of steel, they give you two. Here's the other package, right? And basically this metal piece, they give you this bigger, wider rectangular one and a little circle one with the ability to be able to stick these on your phone, right? In my case, I didn't want to ruin my S8. It's a brand new S8. So I've got this very thin cover, and I'll put the description for these covers too. They were $7 on Amazon. Really nice. I've dropped it a couple times. I haven't damaged my phone at all. And as you can see, I just put that in there. I didn't stick it to the phone. It's not loose because the case keeps it nice and tight, but I'm able to just, you know, pop it on there, and there you go, right? Very nicely. My wife, however, has a Motorola, a little bit heavier, but as you can see, I've got it stuck through the case as well, right? And that one's is also very good grip. However, on hers, before we did find this case, again, I'll put the description for this one, for this Motorola Z on there. Again, it's silicone. But as you can see, I had to stick this on here. So beforehand, she had that, as you can see, it sticks on nice. It's a pretty good product. I like it. It is um, uh, pretty strong. Like I said, in those other two cars, I had no problems. Phones never fell off. I did have one problem where this part fell off, but what it was just the screw that was inside that I had to retighten. Um, Once you pop this off, you'll see up in here. You can't see very well with the light, but basically there's a screw in here that just keeps everything together. I just had to retighten that, and off I went on the other one. Um, but otherwise, it's very low maintenance. Once you get it set up and going, you shouldn't have any problems with it. All right, sorry about that. So those are the two products, and basically what I do is I just kind of use it like this, right? And it's very minimal, very out of my way, not bulky, doesn't look bad. People don't even know it's there when I get in the car and I hang my phone up. They're like, I thought that was just floating there, right? No, it's just because I have this there. And basically this is what it looks like, right? So this is my BMW. And here on this, specifically in the BMW, I didn't put the adhesives, so that way I can slide it over the controls and get it off the air conditioning, or if it's, you know, winter time and I don't need the air conditioning, I can slide it back over, so I can control the airflow and locks and whatnot. But I usually let it sit right in the middle. Very nice. And as you can see, this one grabs from the outside. It's just grab that dash specifically for that. So here is my BMW. As I'm going in here. Apologies for the light because it is in the garage. But as you can see here, um, it's exactly like the picture. I think I move it over here to the right just to show you that I can move it. But even though I'm moving it, it's very sturdy. When I'm going down the street, and here I go, I'm just going to hang the phone on there with the case. That's the one with the case. Just hang it up there, no problems. As you can see, it just looks like it's floating there. And my friends really like that when they get in the car. And I don't have to take my hands off the wheel or anything to look at that phone. Obviously, I have it Bluetooth, and I can connect to that. We take a look at the Honda. The Honda here is the same thing, only this one springs out. So notice it doesn't hit those vent slashes. So I'm not in danger of breaking those. It does go on the frame on the outside, and again, you know, as I show you here going into it, it's very nice. And this time I've taken the cover off the phone, just have, you know, the bare metal. But as you can see, it just clicks in very nice, and it just kind of looks like it's covering. Now, unfortunately, this does cover my vent. So you know, I haven't had to. I've got other vents all the way around, so I get plenty of air during the summer. But I really enjoy the fact that it's up out of my way. I can use it for my GPS, you know, and I have no problems with cops or anything like that. As you can see, I can angle it there as well. But I'd have to say that I really do like these two products that kind of work together. And I'll put both links in the description below, so that way you can take a look, and see if this is, you know, kind of what you wanted. If you got any questions about the products, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer in the comments below. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this, and I hope that you make some good decisions on whatever it is that you decide to buy. Cheers.